What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I just wanted to talk on my guy, Jonathon Simmons, a guy that I liked, a guy that I talked about, a guy that I was happy getting a chance to lead San Antonio to do his thing over in Orlando. It obviously didn't work as he did get picked up. He ended up getting traded to Philadelphia. Really didn't get that many minutes when he got traded. Played 15 games for Philadelphia. Gave you 45 from the field, 42 from three, 1.4 3-point attempts. He gave you 64 from the free throw line. He gave you 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 5 points. He got off to a good start in Orlando. He looked like he was going to be a steal for them. And 17-18, when he played his first season with Orlando, he gave them 29 minutes, 46 from the field, 33 from three, 76 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 14 points. And most of that was coming off the bench. And then he did become a starter, looking pretty amazing for the contract that he had signed. Obviously, he didn't get as much time. In 2018-19, he played 41 games, started only 9 of them. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well, and he didn't really get into the rotation. He didn't really fit what they was trying to do. They was trying to go young. They gave a lot of their minutes to younger players and wanted to develop and wanted to try out a lot of players. And Jonathon Simmons, as we know, hasn't really been known for his jump shot. He's been always known as a team player, a system player, a guy that can really do a lot of the dirty work. He hustles, he plays defense, he can switch and guard multiple positions. He can play the 2, the 3, and the 4, depending on what lineup and what players are out there. I think him going to this team really shows you that he did fall off a little bit. People thought he was a lot better than he was. I thought he had a great year in Orlando. I thought that it was a good decision for him to try something different because the Spurs didn't want to pay him. And obviously, we starting to see that the Spurs may not have been as crazy as we thought they was, seeing that he ended up getting moved around a lot at this point, and he might not even stay where he's at right now, which is the Wizards, because we don't really know what they're going to do. They lose Jabari Parker just to get cap space, and them picking up Rui doesn't really help because they play the same position. They're going to have the same role. Yeah, he can be a mentor. Yeah, he can help them out, but I doubt that he'll be there long term, as I can see other teams trying to trade for him or making a spot available for him on a playoff team, or just honestly buying him out. His contract ain't too expensive. It ain't really going to hurt you if you have him or not. And he still is a productive player, even though it doesn't seem like it because he is getting traded a lot. It just bad fits. And, you know, when he signed with Orlando, they was going in a different direction than when he first signed into the next year. And Philly was going for it all, and they ended up losing. And he didn't even get enough chances to really shine in Philly because they already had Jimmy Butler and guys like James Ennis that was better fits around that team. Not really trying to make excuses for him. He didn't play well. He didn't fit well. And right now it looks like his opportunity to be a star, his opportunity to be a bigger player is pretty much over. I think he'd be a bench player to a role player for the rest of his career at this point. I think he had his chance in Orlando. He took it, and you can't really blame him. But now it looks like he's going to be a role player for the rest of his career as he does get older and as his body does get older. He's 6'6", 195, 29 years old. His chance of really showing that he can be a very impactful player on a great team is probably over too. I think he'll be more of a 7th, 8th, or 9th guy on the team, which means he might get around 15 to 25 minutes at the max, especially if an injury happens. Other than that, honestly, Jonathon Simmons is pretty much done at this point. I don't even see him staying on this Wizard team long term. Yeah, they traded. Yeah, they gave up an asset, but at the end of the day, I don't really think that he's going to stay on this team. And considering the fact that Jonathan Simmons is a wing, and teams love wings, especially ones that can switch and play defense and play as hard. Um, they literally just traded Jonathan Simmons to the Wizards for the. I mean, they traded Jonathan Simmons in a number 42 pick to the Wizards. So they traded a pick to just get rid of Jonathan Simmons' contract, and they used that to get rid of him completely off the roster, which means he might not be the player that we think he is, and he might have to realize that quickly. But other than that, I like Jonathan Simmons. He plays hard. He wants to win. He does what he has to do to win. He's a competitor, and he plays on both ends of the floor. He hustles. He fights. He's a winner. And for the type of contract that he has and the salary that he makes, I think other teams will pick him up, or I can definitely see him as a hot priority as a buyout target as the season goes on, or even during this offseason if he get bought out right away. But if I'm the Wizards, I like this. I get a pick and I get a guy that can come out here and give it his all, especially at the circumstance that he had. May put a chip on his shoulder. Other than that, even if he don't make it, you get a pick and you get cap. Just use cap space, which his contract ain't guaranteed for the whole season. And even if it is, you're not really paying him 15, 25 million. You're only paying him under 10. So it's not going to be a real cap hit. And even if it does be a cap hit, who cares? You got a second round pick for a guy that may not even be worth it at this point, but they get it. And I think that this is a good pickup for them, whether they get the number 42 pick and that's it, or whether they get the pick and keep Jonathan Simmons this whole season. I think it's a win-win for both teams. You get rid of the contract, they get an asset, and they get a chance to try out Jonathan Simmons, a guy that has been a workaholic and really prioritize winning. And that's what you want around young players. That's what you want in your locker room. And I think Jonathan Simmons embodies majority of that. So I really want to see where he ends up, how his career continues to go as he gets in his 30s. And then he's not as hot of a commodity as he was a couple years ago. But I'm not giving up on him. I'm not saying he's out the league. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm not saying he's washed up. It just, if you got an opportunity to make more money, you got an opportunity to get a better position, to get a better shot at what you love to do. How can I blame you for trying to better yourself? How can I blame you for trying to do better? How can I blame you for taking that opportunity? He took an opportunity to the G League and it made him into a millionaire. How can I blame him for trying to do even more and do even better, especially to a team that's not trying to pay you and not really giving you the opportunity that you had in Orlando? It was a chance to try. It was a risk he had to take. It was a gamble, and he's still going to get paid. Even if he does get waived, somebody will pick him up because he is going to be a valuable player, whether he's on the bench or not. And he is a guy that I want in my locker room, and he's a guy that I like as a character around the league, even if he might get moved around for the next couple years. So let's see what happens. Let's see if he can make an impact. Let's see if he actually plays with the Wizards or if he gets bought out and play for another team, which looks likely because the Wizards aren't a playoff team and they're not really looking to win right now because they do have John Wall and we don't know what they're going to do with Bradley Beal. So I'm not really going crazy over this trade. I'm not really thinking this is a steal. I'm not thinking this is a stupid trade. I just want to see what happens with Jonathan Simmons' career as he has now devalued himself after being a commodity that people seen as an entertaining person. Now he kind of damaged his image a little bit in Orlando and in Philly. So let's see how this whole thing plays out. Keep your head up, Jonathan Simmons. It might get tough. It might look ugly right now, but you worked hard. You put everything you could do, and you gave everything you could, whether it was for the Spurs, the Magic, or Philly. And that's all you can really go out there and do. And I feel like he has achieved and done that. Now we just got to see, can he do it again? And if he can, he might get a long-term contract. If not, he might get a couple veteran minimum deals for the next couple years, or just sign under that and just barely make a roster and play. Unfortunate, but some people still never get an opportunity to play a second chance or even a chance to play in the NBA. And I think he's humble enough to know that. And this experience is humbling in general because it shows you how quick your life can change. Whether you're a good player, a bad player, a good fit, a role player, don't matter what, it changes instantly. And he's one of the people that's showing that. So that's all I really got to say about him. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link be in the description, comment section below. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook. Thanks for everybody that likes the videos. Thanks for everybody that comments. I like the activity that you guys have shown. I answered comments that make sense, if that makes sense. And also, at the end of the day, if you like this video, check out my older videos on my channel. I have many playlists. I break down rookies. I break down players. I break down summer league. I do cover the draft, and I got a mock draft up already. Not only that, I do podcasts, and I also talk about the game of basketball, whether it comes to summer league, free agency, trade deadline, buyouts, and also I cover top 10 discussions and stuff like that. So you like this type of video, you like the NBA, check out my older videos and my playlists. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching. I'm gone.